the State House here in Columbus, Ohio. The question is, will we know the winner tonight? In just a few moments, the polls are going to close, and we're going to get our first briefing from the Secretary of State here in Ohio, who some say could be the most important man tonight, election night. John Husted, will he be the man that ends up deciding this election? We have reporters across the state. I want to start first with Don Lemon. He's in Cincinnati. Don?
I'm in Cincinnati, Hamilton County, heavily Republican, but I'm being told by an election official it's going to come down to this. These provisional ballots, they said they have issued more than usual, and if that happens, of course, they can't be counted until 10 days after the election. 20,000 or more provisional ballots it could come down to, and if it's any indication, we're going to be here for a while, and the rest of the state could go the same way, Aaron.
All right, well, Don, and of course, you just heard Jessica Yellen talking about the importance of Cuyahoga County to both candidates, but particularly to the president. Martin Savage is in Cleveland there. Martin.
Hey, Aaron, yeah, Cleveland likes to call itself the best location in the nation. It was certainly that today for both campaigns. Mitt Ryan, or Paul Ryan, that is, and Mitt Romney, they were both here. They went to the east side, and then literally dropping out of the sky, the Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden, with a surprise visit, lands in Cleveland, goes to a restaurant, and then is gone. Ohio, Ohio, Ohio. Aaron?
That's what it's all about. Anderson, back to you in Washington.
Yeah, just heard Jessica Yellen talking about Cuyahoga County. As the votes start coming in, it's really important to pay close attention to exactly what part of the states they're coming in from. That tells us a lot. John King is at the magic ball with that, John.
Anderson, it is in many ways the ultimate bellwether. No Republican has ever won the White House without Ohio. Ohio has been right in every presidential election since 1964, meaning the winner of Ohio has gone on to win the White House. Who's voting today in Ohio? Prior to the election, when you saw some of the polls, you'd see more Democratic sample in the polls. Some Republicans would complain. But look, 39% of the electorate in Ohio today says they're Democrats. 30% say they're Republicans. 31% say they're independents. These independents, assuming Democrats vote Obama, Republicans vote Romney, the independents will be decisive in Ohio today. Now, this is a big question in Ohio. Do you approve or disapprove of the federal government's aid to automakers? Second to Michigan, Ohio is in terms of the U.S. auto industry impact on the economy. This should be encouraging news for the Democratic incumbent. 6 in 10 voters in Ohio today say they approve of the federal government's aid to automakers. This has been a huge issue in this campaign, especially in battleground Ohio. 36% disapprove of that aid. Let's watch this as it plays out. The economic questions dominating Ohio. And here's another key one. Ohio is one of the battleground states. In some, unemployment situation is worse since the president took office. Ohio, the unemployment rate has improved. Now, Republicans say it's their governor, John Kasich, who should get the credit, but 37% of the voters in Ohio today say things are getting better. That tends to help an incumbent. 33% say they're getting worse. 29% say things are about the same. So that's an interesting split on the economy, but the fact that more people are getting optimistic about the economy generally helps an incumbent. We'll watch that one play out. And there's a more personal take on the same question. Is your family's financial situation getting better, worse, or the same? A plurality. 43% say it's the same, 31% say worse, 26% say better. So a test of economic optimism, a test of who has the better plan for the future, and will the auto bailout question potentially decisive in battleground Ohio.
We're getting more ready for more projections right now. And we can make this projection right now at 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast. West Virginia, we project, will be won by Mitt Romney. All 5 electoral votes will be going for Mitt Romney in West Virginia. West Virginia will be won, we project, by Mitt Romney. We cannot make projections right now, even though the polls have closed in North Carolina and Ohio, both key battleground states. We cannot make projections, at least not yet in both of those states. On the race to 270, Mitt Romney right now has 24 electoral college votes compared to 3 for the President of the United States. We're watching this very closely. And as we wait for more real votes to come in, we want to share with you what our exit polls are revealing. Remember, these are estimates. They're based on interviews with a sampling of voters as they actually left select polling stations.
The reason why we don't have much here, the most important part of the state is right here. Governor
Hold on one second, John. Sure. I want to go to Kate Baldwin. She's in Virginia right now. That's one of the key battleground states. You're getting some fresh, updated numbers, Kate?
We're getting our first results coming in from our first precinct here in Prince William County, Virginia. I'm going to go over to the Vice Chairman of the County Board of Elections, Rick Hendricks. He took the first call. Rick, tell us the results that you got and from where you got it in.
It was from Piney Branch Precinct in Bristow. That's 799 for Mitt Romney, 966 for Barack Obama. You know, Northern Virginia, Jiffy Lube Live concert venue, that's where that precinct is.
And you told me earlier that this is a, but tell me about historically what this area would, how this went in 2008.
It used to be part of Victory Precinct, and in 2008, Obama did carry Victory.
All right, so there's our first reporting out of Prince William County, Virginia. We're watching the calls as they come in. We'll have more coming in very shortly, we hope. Back to you.
All right, Kate, thank you. John, what do you think? Virginia is obviously the northern part, the suburbs of Washington. The president has to do well.
The president has to do well. Governor Romney has to narrow the gap, though. I want to show, this is the current map. We don't have the results filled in yet. This is the county. Kate's talking about Prince William County. I was just out there a couple of weeks ago.
We're the first ones, by the way, to get these results. They haven't officially come in yet.
And as the elections official noted, President Obama carried this county 4 years ago, Prince William County. Here's Washington, D.C. Here's your close-in suburbs, just across the river. As you move out here, the suburbs here, now you're getting into the exurbs out here. This is traditionally Republican territory, meaning when George Bush won the state in 2004, this was red. Governor Romney, to be competitive in the state, really needs to turn it red tonight. Could this be blue at the end of the night like it was in 2008 and Romney still win Virginia? Yes, it could be, but the margins would have to be much, much smaller. If you look at the 2008 margin, this is just Prince William County, 58 to 42. There's no way Governor Romney can be competitive elsewhere in the state if he's losing by that much in Prince William County. So we'll have to watch as this comes in. He hopes this is red. If nothing else, he has to do a better job, has to run closer in the suburbs. If you look at 2008, see all this out here? See all this red? Well, guess what? Because of the population up here, the president won Virginia by 234,000 votes. The president won Northern Virginia by 234,000 votes. They tied. In the rest of the state, you see all this red, you think Governor, this is John McCain. You think John McCain has to be running up huge numbers down here, but these are tiny counties, 0.5% of the state population. 0.3% of the state population. So the president tends to win in the population centers, Norfolk, Richmond, and the suburbs here, and the Republicans run up huge numbers in the rural areas, but they have to get more. Governor Romney needs turnout to be up out here, without a doubt, but he also needs to cut into the margins in the suburban areas as you go forward, as you come into 2012. As we watch it fill in, this is filling in as you would expect. The question is, what happens up here, and that's what we'll be watching. And again, like Florida, this one, crucial, capital C. To the Romney path.
Doesn't look like we have any results yet from Fairfax,
Not
some of the
enough.
counties outside of Washington, D.C., but we'll be watching those very closely. Anderson, back to you.
We've got brand new information on the absentee balloting in Florida and some of the key precincts that have already closed. Our battleground reporters are standing by for that. We're awaiting poll closings also in a large number of states at the top of the hour, including the swing state of New Hampshire. The last open polls in Florida will close as well. And of course, we got results from Massachusetts, where Boston's historic Faneuil Hall Marketplace, where they're showing election results live on CNN.
Why don't we just walk 2 blocks up and see what's inside? I don't like how I can't hear Oh, you made me stop. If you get 5, I'll give you 1 for free, just in case.
Nah, I just thank you.
Let me know. You got it.
You got it. Have a good night.
Yeah, because we don't have we're watching
Have mine.
Interesting.